Hey YouTube, Maddie's Daddy 12, Team JMT, coming to you guys with my latest video, and it's going to be how to beat the Agent Underworld deck. I feel like for all my playtesting for the Louisville Regional, look for Team JMT and Maddie's Daddy 12 at the September 10th Louisville Regional, by the way. All the playtesting that I've done for that upcoming Regional, I feel like this is going to be one of the best decks. And I want to talk about how you can play against this deck and still do well. This could very well be an understanding stun video, just because the majority of my playtesting that I've done so far has been with my Chaos Stun. So all of the knowledge that I'm giving you now is based on the assumption that you are going to be playing some variant of stun at that regional. So before I can tell you what you need to disrupt these plays, let's talk about exactly what plays they can make. And actually the biggest thing is they can make a lot of these plays with very, very little resources. So keep that in mind, and also bear with me because some of my cards are proxied in this video just because we sell those cards. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about what kind of things they can do. The first one I want to talk about is if they have Birdman and Venus in their hand. With these two cards, they have a lot of synchroing options and some exceeding options also, because at this moment what they can do is normal summon Venus, then they're going to pay their 500 life and get out multiples of Shine Ball. And what they can do at this moment is a couple of different things. They can either bounce Venus back to their hand to special summon Birdman. That gives them 9 stars that they can now go into Trishula. Or what they can do is to, instead of bouncing Venus, they can bounce a Shine Ball back to their hand to bring out Birdman. And that now gives them a rank 3 into Leviathan and a rank 2 into Gachi, which Leviathan is now a 2400 and can boost himself to a 2900. So that's a slightly better play that they can make if they don't need to get rid of your hand. Another thing to consider is at this point, once they have this field, they could bounce the Shine Ball to summon Birdman, and they can go 6, 7, 8 into a Stardust Dragon, or possibly even a Scrap Dragon play, and use this last Shine Ball as ammo for the Scrap Dragon play. So that's just one of the plays that this deck can make with just those, or that's some of the plays that this deck can make with just those two cards. So now I want to talk about with another 2-card combo that they have in Gold Sark and Tour Guide of the Underworld. At this point they would Gold Sark, and let's get Venus out of the deck for 2 turns. And then we are going to Underworld to search out Underworld. From here we can exceed summon into Leviair. Again, bear with me, these are all proxies. At this moment we can then remove a material to special summon Venus, which will now allow you to again special summon all of your Shine Balls, which you can exceed 2 of them into a Gachi. So now you have a Gachi, a Shine Ball, a Venus, and a Leviair on the field. And thanks to Gachi's boost, now Leviair is 2200 attack, Venus is 2000 attack, Gachi is 2200 defense, and the Shine Ball is 900. So we make all of that play off of just having these 2 cards in hand. Let's go just a little bit further with that and say that along with these 2 cards in your hand, you also have Birdman. So if that is the case, you've already played Tour Guide and Gold Sark to give you this field. So you can now bounce the Mystic Shine Ball to special summon a Birdman, and then pay another 500, which now puts you up to 2,000 that this player has paid to summon another Shine Ball. And we have the option. I can go into Cataster. I can go into Leviair. I can go into Leviathan. I can go into Leviair again if I wanted. I can synchro for a 6 and go into Bryo. I can synchro into an 8, which I feel is probably the best play, which will remove the Birdman, into a Stardust Dragon. And the biggest reason why I feel like this is the best play is because once you've done that, you now have Tour Guide of the Underworld in the graveyard as a dark, Mystic Shine Ball in the graveyard as a light, and Agent Venus in the graveyard as an agent and as a light. So now that play, which only cost you 3 cards from your hand, now make both of their really big boss monsters live. I can now remove Venus and special summon Hyperion, remove the Dark and a Light, and special summon Blackluster Soldier, who can attack twice. It gives me ammo to be able to make that play. So those are just a couple of the big plays that this deck can make. So now let me talk about what, as a stun player, you can do to answer those plays. And the biggest thing to answer those plays is to be set up first. So what you need to have set up would be either a Thunder King. This is one that you can tribute to negate the summon of either an Exceed monster or a Synchro monster. So this is an excellent card to open with to stop a lot of their plays. Also, a lot of their plays is going to be made off of monsters effects. So Doomcal is another card that is great to have already for them before they make their big push. Once again, if you have a chance to set up, Solemn Warning is always an amazing card to use. I don't believe I would use the Solemn Warning until they bring out the Leviair. The reason I say is because once they bring out Leviair, they've probably already played the Gold Sark. And if you Solemn Warning the Tour Guide, then they won't play the Gold Sark for Venus. They'll play it for something else. And then you have to worry about that upcoming Blackluster Soldier or Master Hyperion in 2 turns. If you wait for them to play Gold Sark and then go Leviair, Solemn Warning is a lot more devastating to them, as is Bottomless Trap Hole and Compulsive Evacuation Device. If you wait for them to have already played the Gold Sark to search for the Venus, these cards become a lot better because they then have to grab the Venus in 2 turns, which doesn't give them as good of an option 2 turns later as it would if they were able to then Gold Sark for Blackluster Soldier or Hyperion or whatnot. But these cards are all good, which you're probably running 2 of each of these and probably 3 of those. So you will have cards to set up for them. So what you also need to consider is if you don't have the chance to set up, if you have to try to answer those big plays from the first turn, Effect Veiler is really the only thing that you have the option of playing in a Chaos stun that would, or in really any stun deck, that would really be able to stop those plays from the beginning. Again, the biggest play that they can make turn 1 would be the Gold Sark Tour Guide play, which they're running 3 of each, so they're going to get that play quite often. But that's the play you're going to have to worry about. And again, I would Effect Veiler the Leviar's effect to bring back the banished monster, not the Tour Guide. Let them go ahead and bring out that Tour Guide. Let them go ahead and go into the Leviair, because then you can answer the poorly played Gold Sark into Venus a lot easier than you can the poorly played Gold Sark into, or the Gold Sark play into a Hyperion or a Blackluster Soldier. So hold on to that Effect Veiler, and let's Effect Veiler the Leviaires and not the Tour Guides. And let's just try and do our best to get set up and save these cards for what we know is going to be the cards that they're going to use to make their big push. I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.